Okay, hi everybody, this is Christian Sasse Photo. We'll be live in just a few seconds. We got a very exciting and broadcast today with Liz Grindstaff, all about the Southwest Florida Nest. It's a book, and we have a surprise guest here, so you'll be with us. We'll be with you in a moment. Okay, now we are live. 1 second, I'm just going to do a few adjustments here. Okay, here we are. we're finally live. And, well, this is Christian Sasse Photo, and that's Shia, whom you already know.
What's up, guys?
I'm just going to, 1 second, I just have to do a quick adjustment here and just get rid of the clock, which I think is this one. Yeah, that's right. Okay, we got an echo somewhere. Wait a second. Okay, you muted. Okay. The echo is gone now. Everything's fine. Okay, so sorry about that, but this is very exciting. So before we go to the Southwest Florida Nest and we talk about a wonderful book, which is right here, we're going to talk about this book. Thank you very much for everyone being live here with us. It's very exciting. But before we do that, I would like to quickly say hello to Micah here. Micah, can you introduce yourself? You're quite famous actually in the eagle world. So.
Well, my name is Micah Kruijsen. That's a Dutch name, so it's a difficult last name. People probably will know me as eye shine photography or eagle portraits. And I make eagle portraits. So that's me.
That's you. And these are not just... Oh, there we go. Okay, let's just get us out of the way here. Now there's the other one. Here we go. There. Now this is rather striking. What can you tell us about this?
Well, this was one of my first photographs, and the reason that I get into the photography was actually this photograph. And I was so amazed by the beauty of eagles and also by all the details. And mostly when I see eagle pictures, I saw eagles in the distance, or I didn't even saw them live myself. So it was very exciting for me to get a chance to be up close and personal with them. Right. And then I got this beautiful shot.
Plus the talent, of course, right?
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, and the next one that you now show, or the next ones, is that it shows a little bit more about the details that I'm so focused on, because, well, I like all those yellow talents, those sharp talents, the feathers, all the details of the feathers. Well, you make also.
It reminds you of myself.
Yeah, well,
it's just funny. It's very right.
So that's how it all started, actually. Yes. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. And anyway, you got quite a few very striking.
Yeah. And then what the next one after this one, this one is made in Minnesota in the National Eagle Center, and I made it I think 2 weeks ago, because I'm so happy and sort of excited about eagles that I decided to travel to the United States and Canada.
Yes.
So, and then of course I had to meet the National Eagle Center, so I did together with some other people. And now, well, this is a wonderful eagle that has just one eye, and because of that, it's in the rehab. How do you say that?
Yes,
rehabilitation.
But one-eyed eagles do not have to be in rehab.
No, but
that's exciting, isn't it?
And we will show that later. Yes.
So here's a recent one, right?
Yeah, and this is a very famous eagle actually, because we went to Iowa with a lot of people from the Decorah North Nest, and we had a meeting at the Decora Eagles.
And this was very
that's
recent,
another
right?
nest.
Yes.
It's very recent. It's also a week ago, and we visited with each other. And well, I was looking up to find Mom Decora, and well, she just was wonderful there, sitting on a branch and.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's Decora North, right?
No,
that's Decora.
the people are from the Decora North because I know it happens a lot.
Okay, wait,
the people are from Decora North Eagles chat.
Got it.
On the Explorer, and this is the Decora Eagles at the fish hatchery.
Okay,
and
got
it's a beautiful area to be. So
once again, where is it taken?
Minnesota,
in
Minnesota.
Iowa.
The Decora Eagles is in Iowa. Yeah. Well, and the next one, that's also Mom Decora taking off and go fishing for her 2 eaglets.
So this was taken, last week, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very recent.
Very recent.
Okay, and now we have one. What is this?
This is also an eagle, but this is in another location. Yeah, this is actually here in British Columbia, near Vancouver.
And when did you take this?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, oh wow.
So it's just out of my camera right here, yes. So, and it's beautiful because, here I'm shooting, in Vancouver on a beach, and I see so many different ages of eagles. And this is a sub-adult that's not right. The head is not yet white. And so it's a sub-adult, and it's hunting for fish. And you know better what kind of fish that is.
Yeah, that's called midshipman. That's an intertidal zone fish. And there are 2 different males. It's very interesting. A small male, a large male, and one type of female. And it's very soft, and the eagles love it. They have very good eyes, and you saw all that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's beautiful.
It's quite unique, the area here.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is rather interesting. This is amazing. Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is...
Oh, what happened there?
Uh-oh.
That's weird.
It just jumped.
They just jumped. Okay.
It just
anyway,
jumped.
Well,
this is also... there we go again.
I don't know why. I'm not sure why.
I don't see...
That's another one-eyed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is actually the flying eagle. That's the wild eagle.
Yes.
But also... you can see he lost his eye, and I just made it a few hours ago. So it's just brand out of my camera now.
Well, it always wants to jump back. That it's a very.
It's jumping to an eye. Maybe the eagle wants an eye.
Was that taken on the 800 millimeter?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that is taken with a lens that I now use, or this morning used.
Right.
And that's your. Fantastic.
Fantastic lens.
Oh my. I'm an eagle and in photography.
I gave Micah a small lens, right, to take along.
Yeah. So that was just amazing this morning. And the other photo that now shows is also from this morning. And here you can see you have a good view on the ages of the eagles.
That's beautiful. And they're all looking different directions, like life is, isn't it?
It was beautiful to watch.
You have a good depth of field right there, too. Just like the background is wonderful, all that green.
Right.
Yeah. And the first is then the adult. The second is, I think, a first year or maybe a little bit older. And then the other one is 3 years.
That's correct.
Something like that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, probably that the second one is the second year. I'll tell you why I think that. Because here, the first years haven't fledged yet. Unless that is from another area.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So that's what I think at least.
Yeah.
And this is beautiful.
And this is just his lens.
No, it's your. You pushed it.
Yeah. Okay. I pushed the button. I admit, but well, it's gorgeous, and it's so beautiful to see all those eagles. For me, so close, and they are everywhere here right now. So I'm in the best time.
Well, Micah, anyway, it's wonderful to have you here. And you also know Liz, of course, right?
Yeah.
So that's great. And you know a lot of the people here in the community, and they know you. So you're very well known.
Yeah, well.
So when are you moving here?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were talking about
as soon as possible. Yeah, I love it here. I love the area and everything. So, and it's nice to be here and to meet you.
Well, it's lovely to have you here. It's really nice. And I can tell you that lens is heavy. It's
I honestly, when you came, I actually thought you came from the airport or something.
Oh, really?
You look like a real traveler with all your luggage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well then we're going to move on to the show now. So thanks for being with us, and you can listen upstairs, so we don't.
I will do that.
Okay,
Yes.
Thanks.
Bye.
Yo.
Okay. Do you have? Give the earphone to. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. So that was a wonderful surprise to have Micah here, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the main, most important topic, and I'm going to get live on board now, and there she is. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Hi. Well, it's wonderful. We are so honored to have you here, and I'm
Thank you
just
for
going
having
to.
me here.
Yeah, it's really wonderful. So before we even start, there are so many people that are so excited of you being here. I see Lady Hawk. I also wanted to say I have to go right to the beginning. Osprey Mama, thanks for moderating here. Buddy Scott is so excited, and he says, well, E9 is my favorite eaglet, and he just goes on and on writing so much about it. So there's so much excitement. We have emails after emails here. I can't
Yeah,
tell
you have
you
a lot
this.
of fans.
You have
got a lot
so
of fans.
I didn't know that.
Fans. Yeah, you are famous, and you deserve it. So I've got so many emails. Do you want to start reading out
Yeah,
one?
let me just grab my
Yeah,
email.
so sorry, let me just get here. By the way, is her book. So that's the book on Amazon.
Shout out to the book.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna wait. Let me just see 1 second, Liz. I'm just gonna get us a little bit closer so we can show the book. Yeah, here in close up. There you go. So we're sort of behind you now, showing in Florida the book from the behind your back.
There we go.
Okay.
Great shade of blue.
Yeah, beautiful. So once upon a time, a little eaglet named E9. Okay, so
All right.
Shia, yeah.
So I have an email here from Brenda Randolph, and she says, I don't know exactly what it was about E9 that captured our hearts and it caused us to fall in love with him. Sorry, let me just read this one more time. I don't know exactly what it was about E9 that captured our hearts and that caused us to all fall in love with him. Every eaglet is so special and wonderful, but E9 was extra special. I was so happy to know Liz was writing a book to tell more stories about the birth and his adventures. I cannot wait to order it from Amazon as soon as it's available. It is a wonderful little book about stories about our Prince Charming and his adventures in the magical Pritchett pastures with his wonderful parents, Harriet and M15. Liz tells his adventure from birth to accidental fledging and his many lessons along the ways, and his ultimate departure into the world. Her book is filled with beautiful photography of the eagle family and her love for Mother Nature. Liz captures the love that we all felt for this little treasure of an eagle baby in this sweet love letter book. In the sweet love letter book that our dear fierce and mighty E9. So yeah, and also she's actually does she have a picture?
Yes, and we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, that's good. So I'll read the second one out in a little while. Thank you very much, Shai. That's great. So you can see how popular Liz is, and I mean, I can say I had the honor of meeting Liz. It was just over a year ago, right?
Correct.
And it was amazing because I mean that was already the time of Harriet and M15, and I got to see the whole atmosphere there and how wonderful it is. And so I didn't even know that you were writing a book. So because you're so modest, and you have such a wonderful nature, and so I'm really happy to talk about it, Liz. So I'm going to show the people some pictures now. I'm going to make you a little bit smaller. There you go. And we have this incredible picture that is absolutely intriguing. Well, Liz, tell us a little bit, please, about yourself and how this picture came about, how you came about writing the book. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liz Grindstaff, and I live in Florida. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. My passion for wildlife has increased over the years just to stop in your busy life. Sometimes you just miss all the beauty that is around you because you are so busy in constant nonstop. You go to work, do your things all over again, and then waiting for the clock to hear the alarm and everything. But as soon as you stop and look around, and then you will see all the beauty around it. Technically, right now, I'm on remission. I'm battling stage 4 breast cancer that is breast to the bones. I had a you know, a completely hip replacement that saved my life. And right now, I'm up and running every single time. And every time that I get off from my treatment, this is my area of relax, sit back, and enjoy every moment of it. And how did I come up with an idea to write a book? Technically, I did not know that just yet because I was thinking, okay, everybody's doing calendars. What am I gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna take a nap. Took a nap, and a big image of E9 came to my mind. I'm saying, oh Lordy, what are you telling me? It's a good idea. So I gathered all the pictures that I could find of E9, and then I start the journey of writing the book, which is amazing. I'm telling you that E9 brought a whole world into one. I mean, people from Australia. I met people from Australia say, hey, Jan, I hope you're doing well. And also people from Egypt, like Mohammed, other people from Canada, Rome, France, all over the world, and even throughout United States. I mean, it's amazing. You just people you meet at the nest, it's just amazing. You're like, wow, I did not know that, you know? It's just very special to me.
Well, Liz, thanks so much. I mean, what you said in a few words, I think makes us speechless because so many things happened in the last year. Some incredible, very positive things, but also incredible hardships that you went through. And, I can tell from your voice and the way you're coping, with your stage 4 cancer, that you have a very positive attitude to life, which I really admire because, I mean, many of us go through incredible hardships and, I think it's very nice to see that you are so open about it, and it's something, your positive attitude shows the way we should cope with life in very difficult situations. So my question then to you is, did the book actually play a role with coping with cancer, or was that coincidental?
It was coincidental. It was very coincidental. It was something that you just pour your heart out, and then you see these things like very special, and then you just sit down and then write it, and then imagine things, how the story played out. And come everybody together and then get to know Southwest Florida. Every eaglet has this different character. But E9 was just a special one, even though it was the only one. But it was a special.
I think a part of your story that actually really got with me was that it came to you after a nap, or like around when you were taking a nap. Because honestly, when you live your day-to-day life and there's so much background noise, it's hard to think and have like a steady like stream of thought. You really have to just kind of like close your eyes and relax and let the ideas come to you. And that's
Exactly.
I really got with that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this wonderful book now, because I mean it's so marvelous, and it's just a very different way of what you would expect. I mean, the title already says everything. Once upon a time, a little eaglet named E9. So obviously your heart is very much involved with this eaglet. So why E9? Why not E8 and so on? Why this eagle? And I mean, I know it was born on the 31st of December, which is like the last day of the year, so it just made it. So that's very special. But what is so special about E9?
I really would love to get to know the other eaglets. I did not get to know very well E7 or E8, even though I was there, but was not into it too much. Like I say, like too busy, all the noise and all that. Then E9 was the one that I get more focus on. That's when I actually get more involved to it. Every day going to the nest very early in the morning, until dawn sometimes. And my first camera was with it too. And then I'm learning how to use the new camera, and then self-taught me as well, because it's not easy to kind of manage the camera and then the settings and then, you know, how that goes. But especially, yeah, there's a lot of eaglets out there that has their different personality. This one already has my story in it, that I already have it on my mind recording over and over and over, so I have to let it out. I'm pretty sure I have 10, 11, and then 12 and 13 different ways. But normally, I was the one that stole everybody's heart, grab everybody into one.
Yeah, and you got this amazing video there. I think that was one of the first videos you made. What can you tell us about that?
That was actually the first time E9 took a bath at the yonder pond. I was actually there watching, and I say, okay, how am I going to do this? The lighting was not very good for photography, so I have to learn how to do a video. I never knew how to do a video, and then E9 taught me how to do it within seconds. And then I did it, and I was like, oh, it came out pretty good.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm going to get now. We're jumping. I see Lady Hawk is also there. Thank you very much, Lady Hawk, for being here. She says also, Lady Hawk says she's a very good friend of yours. She knows you very well. So let me just get to. There we are. This is the one, I think. Yes, here we go. Let's make sure we get the correct video here. No, that was, you see what is done, it's just jumped. Just give me a second, please. I think it jumped one video again. Here, this is the one I want to show. There we go, having a fit. There we go, this is the one. Yeah, here we go. So, I think maybe you could tell us a little bit about this one. So this was, well, I think E9 was having a fit.
He wants to be fed. And then he just wanted to be, you know, Mom, feed me, please. Having his food is just something that a lot of eaglets do. They just want to get fed and then an attention, and then if you don't, you just want to do it. It's just pretty interesting.
And who was the sibling of E9?
The first egg, unfortunately, did not hatch at all because somehow M15 buried that egg, and a lot of people, they name Eggbird, and looks like it was unviable. We don't know why. Only M15 knows why he buried that egg and why that happens. And then E9 usually was the second egg, and that was the one that hatched. So he was the only one.
Okay. By the way, some say they are hearing an echo. I just have to ask the audience. I'm just going to ask, I'm not sure if there is an echo. I'm just going to, wait a minute, I'm just going to be sure that doesn't happen, because echoes are very annoying. I can't hear one at the moment. So I'm just, before we go on, I'm just going to make sure everything is stopped here and we don't get a feedback, because sometimes I'm not sure. Just give me a moment, Liz. So I'm just going to ask the audience quickly if you hear. There's an echo on her end. Okay, here we go. So they are saying there's an echo on your end. Oh, I get it. Well, we can't hear the echo. Gosh, now you got me thinking. This is not an easy one to crack for me. That is not an easy one. How do I fix that? Because we don't hear an echo at all.
No, it's pretty clear.
Yeah, it's pretty clear. So sorry about that. I wonder where the echo could be coming from. There must be a double feed. 1 second.
I do just have a side question that just came to mind for you, Liz. Yeah. Okay, so you say you're from Puerto Rico?
Yes.
So okay, so that's very close to America. So like, do you guys have eagles in Puerto Rico as well? Do they make it over there?
No, we do have a hawk. That's what we have.
But no bald eagles?
No bald eagles at all.
Okay. I just it was really interesting. Yeah, I want to know how far south they go. So it's just that's a little question of if you guys know how far south is a natural bald eagle habitat.
That would be interesting to know. That is a really good question, though. Very good question. Puerto Rico, they have different species of birds, but not a bald eagle. that I have seen. Just hawks.
Liz, you got this one crazy picture in here that completely struck me, and it says Harriet's face. And someone came up with the idea to imitate E9. Kathy made us laugh that day like no other, and I have to thank you for that. I always remember. Who wouldn't? And what I see there, and it's maybe difficult to show, but I see the a picture of
Yeah.
I think that's Kathy.
Kathy K.
Yeah, Kathy K. With with some
With the
nest parts in
airplane.
her,
She has an
in her
airplane.
face. So you must have had a ball of a time there.
Yes, that was a very, I mean, I have to tell you, that was the best day of our life for every photographer too. Because as E9 take that little airplane and then the face of Harriet looking at it like, what are you doing? And then after that, Kathy K came up with an idea to imitate E9. So it was so hilarious. We laugh and laugh.
Liz, I also have to say, the E9 and the moon, like that beautiful silhouette of E9 with the full moon behind him. Like, I think that's actually quite the incredible photo. Let me see.
Right. Let me just let me blend that one in for
So
you.
I just want to give you props for that one. Like, that's a hard shot. Like, most definitely, to get the perspective, like to find like a clear place in all the foliage and all the branches in the way, just for you to find your way and get a good
There
shot
you go.
of him.
You can show it. Yeah.
Can I come a little bit closer?
There. You can
Yes.
see. Yeah, you can see the eaglet with the with the moon in the back. That's quite unique.
It's so beautiful. So that was an
Thank you.
amazing shot, Liz.
Thank you. Yeah, that was kind of hard to do because that was my first moonshot or two.
Yeah, it's hard working in
And
low
it's
light
really
and
hard,
with the telephoto.
yes.
So, what's your equipment? What kind of gear do you usually use?
I have a Nikon D500, 200,
Okay.
500, and I'm learning my way up how to kind of deal with the low lights. And It's not easy though. It's not really
No.
easy at all. But
Especially
it
with the
was-
telephoto.
Exactly, yeah, with the telephoto. And that's my only telephoto that I have. Not even teleconverter.
200 to 500?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Now you have a good range on that.
Thank you. It was just a gift that they gave me on 2016, and then that was my first time that I started using it with E9.
That's good. I love going outside. And like, when I first got my first telephoto lens was a 500 prime, and you don't think that it's a lot written down, but you go in the field and like even just like your muscles, like your little twitch would just take you to a whole other scene. So it's hard to find that to be stable, and also just get these images like that you've taken in this book is just so phenomenal, and they're so crisp. And honestly,
you.
like just to read in the back, I'm an amateur photographer who's learning every day. Like you're an amateur who knows more than me.
Learning as I go.
Okay, so there's a lot of questions coming in. Thank you very much. And by the way, if you do have questions, put them in the chat, please. So Osprey Mama so very nice and is texting them to me. So we're very modern here. So I'm cheating here and looking at that. So it's very, very nice. Osprey Mama, I just have a quick question to you. Just that's one. Tiger Lily 999 sent a question which I don't understand. Maybe you can just send that again. But let me go to the next one. Debbie wants to know how people responded to your book. How did people respond to your book?
Good question. A lot of people are saying that they love it. And also they have asked me if I will record in that too. I think it was Audible. That was the first time ever I heard something like that. I'm like, that is a good question. Audible, yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure if I will do that or not, but that will be interesting if I do or not. The only problem is just to have the right equipment to do that.
Right, and Kelly, and that's a very good question here, gets very profound, more into some biology and science. Kelly wants to know, how does anyone know generally the path first-year juveniles travel from the southwest Florida area to leave the natural territory? So that's that has to do with migration. What do we know about migration? Can you say anything about that?
Migration is really, really hard to tell because there's no actual study to follow that. Maybe they have one like very in old ages probably that they migrate somewhere. I think either Chicopee or Virginia, somewhere out there. But technically, we really don't know until they do a really good study about it. It will be great if they do some study in Southwest Florida just to see where they really migrate.
Yeah, there's a reference from Maureen apparently in the chat, who said there's a range map for bald eagles on a bird site Cornell. So for those of you who are interested in the answer, that's a reference. Thank you very much for that. That's good.
Thank you.
Oh yes, and Tiger Lily, now I get the question here. Has E9 been seen in the area this year? Tell us a bit more. Has it ever come back? What do we know?
We do not know. It's really hard to tell because every single eagle that visit in the area, it's really hard to tell if it is E9 or not, or if it's E7, or if it's the offspring. Most of the time, it might be. So we just think like, okay, yeah, it might be E9, it might be not. Unless they're tagged. The only way that to tell if it's their tag. Well, it's really not very sure if they've been seen, but probably we have seen it. In a way, but the thing is, we don't know it.
So,
and I wish I knew.
Yeah, of course. No, I so understand that. I mean, that's we had the same with the hawklet. We didn't know when the eagle and the hawklet came back. It's all these things that touch our hearts. We want to know. But do we actually know any eaglet where we definitely can say that it has returned? We know that from Delilah, for example. I know that
Yes.
a very prominent beak. Is there any other eaglet that you know of where
I
we could
think
say
it was Samson. That was the
Samson.
other one. I think it was because of one of the nick toe or something like that they could tell.
Right, exactly. So there we are almost 90% sure, I guess, right?
Yes.
Right. That's
Unless EA showed up, that's the only eaglet that has the tag in it. Because of crow that they did tag in EA. That
Yes.
will be probably the only eagle that will say 100% sure that was EA.
right. So that's quite difficult. And how is this year going? How often are you out there at the moment?
So far, taking it sometimes off, but when I can, I'll visit it once in a while. But right now, since the camps are still on, when the camps are off, I may visit it once in a while just to check on them and see if they're still around. Normally, they are around. They just hide from you. And then sometimes you see them, sometimes you just don't.
Right. And what interests me too, I mean, this happened, of course, on the 31st of December 2015. So what is the which juvenile is the juvenile that fledged fastest?
That will be a good question, though.
That'll be a good question, right? Well, we won't answer that, right?
Yeah.
Should we put that question out? Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to put out that question because I think Liz knows the answer, but we're going to put it to the audience. Shall we do that?
Oh, sure.
Okay, Liz, how about you pose, I'll give you the question, or pose the first question, and then a second and a third question. So what to involve people more is you're very welcome to ask questions. Thanks again for Osprey Mama for passing them on to me so I can read that. But there are three pictures that you have kindly said they can win. I think these are the three pictures here, right?
Yes, that's Harriet.
So that's Harriet, and here we have, of course, both.
We got both, Harriet and M15.
And
And
here
E9.
E9. So Liz is so generous, and please support her by ordering her book. It's really worth it, though. That's really what I would. My heart goes out to her. Please order her book. I put the link below, and Osprey Mama also put it in the chat. Thank you very much. So do support her for her incredible effort and her journey in life, which is quite incredible. So the first question is, which eaglet actually in Southwest Florida fledged fastest? So that's question number 1. I'm going to put in the phone number now for you. So let me just do that quickly so you can see that. Here comes the phone number. So hopefully this all works today. There's the phone number. Yeah, fingers crossed. So that's the phone number for you to call in and answer that question. And then we have 2 more questions. And hopefully that all goes well. So I'm just seeing some more in the meantime, I'm just going to give just look at the here's Susie 59NY. Do you think that it was A9? Sorry, that's what it means. Yeah, I couldn't read that. That it was A9 that spent the night in the nest till at M15 chase off the next morning. I'm not quite sure I understand it. I think it's somewhere along the line. Liz, do you understand that?
There was actually a visitor that stayed up all night. Of course, the adults cannot chase him through the night. And then when the light comes on, then you can see M15 chase him off. It could be one of the offsprings. It's really, you can't tell.
Great. Well, we have a phone call already. This is amazing. So I'm going to, one second, I'm going to answer this. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, with whom am I speaking, please?
This is Pam Stallings.
Pam Stalling, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Now I'm going to ask you, where are you located?
I am right outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville,
Wow.
Tennessee. Okay, so you seem to be very much involved with this nest too. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Love this nest.
you do love this nest. Well, thanks for calling in. So you are you're going to win one of these 3 pictures, I hope.
I hope.
Yeah, I hope too. So what is the question was, which eaglet was the eaglet that fledged fastest at the Pritchard?
E12.
So E12.
Ooh.
Is it E12? Wow. I'm going to ask Liz now. Was it E12? She's laughing a bit, so you won't be able to hear her, but I'm going to I'll tell her what she says. Liz, what is your opinion? You don't have to tell us the answer, but would you say that's correct?
I have to look at my... Just give me a moment.
Okay, she needs a moment. You got her puzzled, which is a great thing because she's so knowledgeable. You did an amazing thing. You got her speechless. So that was not the answer she was expecting, but she's checking.
When you say fledged, you mean fledged the nest or fledged the area?
No, just the first fledge. The first time it can be any type of fledge. The first time it really leaves the nest in a way, not just not just on the one that's branching, but actually leaves the branch or what I would call the immediate vicinity. It can be in any possible way. Now I'm giving you some hints.
That would be E12 because she did that first.
So she did that. Do you remember how many days it was?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, but that's interesting. Okay, so you obviously are answering in you gave an answer that we did not expect. We're not saying it's wrong, but it's something we did not expect. So if we can't answer that question, we'll leave it up in the air for now, and we'll find out. I think if there's anybody who knows, you're willing to phone in, but you got us a little bit speechless.
Yes, I am speechless right now, which is great.
You're confused. Well, that's part of the live show. This is the fun part because you get all these unexpected factors. Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. So we don't quite know.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I just see somebody in the audience saying there's no sound. I do hope there is. I hope they can all hear us. But anyway, what I have not managed here, there are so many comments. I don't know if you can have a look at this.
I'll check it out.
It is so irritating because I'm trying to see the comments on. Is it up here? It's somewhere.
Oh,
The
yes.
question you asked was were you meaning this year or any year?
No, any year, any of all eaglets.
Oh, well, E9 was the first one to fledge, but it wasn't a real fledge. It was an accidental fledge.
There we go. That's the answer I was thinking.
That's the answer. Okay, so I understand. That was a miss. Maybe I did not put the question
In
completely
fact,
clear.
he
Yes.
was doing something and he
Good,
didn't make it. He fell off the limb.
Excellent. You said it.
Yeah.
So that's what you call an accidental fledge. That's
Yeah, I
actually
thought you meant this year. Yes, she did this year, but no, not. He's the fastest one.
yeah, excellent. Well done. That's exactly the answer. So obviously you know it.
Sorry, but she was close to his, I think. She was really close to the same date, if not the same date.
Well, that's fine. You obviously know a lot. I have no doubt. You know a lot more than I do about any of these nests. I'm quite sure. I have no doubt. So thank you so much. And I'm just going to blend in the email. So please be so nice and send an email to zasaphoto@gmail.com. And you can choose one of these 3 pictures. I'm going to just send me an email and tell me which of these pictures you would like. So they are there. And thank you so much for answering the question. That's correct. It was an accidental fledge. So can you quickly tell us what happened after this accidental fledge? Because I mean, this is usually the point where either
He landed on the ground, but he went to the driveway.
and he looked for a lift
He
or what?
managed to end up in front of Andy Pritchard's truck at one point. Stopped him. Yeah, he was a piece of work.
Actually, I love that photo in the book.
Something else. It was a joy watching it. He was a piece of work. I love that baby.
And when
was
it
a
comes to
clown.
like an accidental fledging, it's hard for them to recover if they fledge prematurely and they're not fully equipped or developed for life on the
For
bottom.
E9, he came back to the nest pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's what makes them special. That's
Yeah. I think it was the next day. If I remember correctly, the next day, it didn't take him long.
Well, that's fantastic. But that's often the situation, right? Either they make this or not. So E9 must be very special. So
He was
that's
a smart little boy.
smart.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a boy, right? Okay, you said that. Okay, good.
Well, that's what I think.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Liz, would you agree with that? Is it a boy?
Could be a boy, could be a girl.
Okay, Liz is very scientific. She said could be a boy, could be a girl. Well, there you go.
Need to be measured, and then that part they might tell.
Yeah, that's right. So she's
Liz
very...
is my friend. I love her to death.
They love you to death. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much. So do send us an email, and then we'll thanks for answering it, and you're very knowledgeable. Thank you so much.
You have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Well, that was superb. Well, it just showed there was a small misunderstanding. That's all. So that's fine. So we're going to ask the second question. Liz, go ahead, please. Question number 2.
Question number 2. The black truck when E9 was on the driveway, who that truck belongs to?
I wonder if didn't she answer that just now, if I think. So who
It's for
did
the
that
ones who are
truck belong
listening.
to? Well, if you haven't listened properly now, I thought, anyway, I'll be quiet. I thought I heard something. So the question is, who did that truck where E9 landed on? I think we have that picture
I
somewhere.
love that photo.
Yeah, wait a second. Let's just put in that picture. Where is it? That's the
it,
driveway.
right there.
Okay, so who did this truck belong to? Oh, what a story. Oh, what a story.
It looks like he on the road. He was so funny that day. He just like...
Oh, that's
That day,
wonderful.
I'm telling you that M15 brought in food. He ignored the food. He just wanted to explore more. Then Harriet came in, trying to feed. He grabbed a little piece, and then all of a sudden he just went off.
Okay, we have someone calling in now. Wait a second, if I can get my mouse there. Okay. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, here we go. I thought, hi, how are you?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Good. How are you?
Oh, fine. Very, very well. Where are you calling from? And who is this, please?
Susie P. Ferris from Oklahoma.
Oh, from Susie Fair from Oklahoma. Well, you're also far away. I haven't heard a single Floridian call so far. I'm really shocked. I thought I'm going to be all these.
I am your Venezuelan friend from Venezuela. Remember me?
I remember you very well. Absolutely. now that you say it, I remember very well. Of course, I remember. Well, they're wonderful, wonderful. Oh, great. Well, that's great. So, thank you for being here. So the question here is on the picture that is just being shown. Whose truck is it?
Andy's truck.
Andy's truck.
Andy's preacher's truck. Yes.
Yeah, I think that is more than correct. That is, I think Liz is giving a smile. Is that correct? Yeah, she says
that
yes.
is
Of
correct.
course.
And when that truck was put for sale, I bet on it, and they already sold it.
Oh,
To buy the truck.
Oh, that is so funny.
it looks like
That
a great
was back
truck.
in November. I wanted that truck so bad, and it went for high price, but I didn't care, but I didn't get it.
Oh, that is so funny. Oh, that is so sorry, but it's that's a hilarious story.
So if anybody knows where the truck is, please let me know. I want it.
Okay, here comes the auction. I think I should turn the show more into these garage things where they open the garage and somebody
Storage wars.
Storage wars, yes. That is wonderful. Well, what a story. Well, Susie, thanks so much for being on the show. It's really wonderful. And of course, I remember you. That is great. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And can you say hi to your wife for me?
I will happily do that. She knows. Of course, I will. Thank you so much. And
She's from Brazil. She's next door to me.
yes, I know Brazil is next door, but Brazil has less troubles at no moment that Venezuela has. But we won't get into that.
Oh, I know.
Of course you know.
That, Princess. It's sad.
By the way, Shaya here is also from Brazil.
Yo. Hola.
Yes.
Oh, hello. How are you? Hola.
I'm good. How's your evening going?
I'm doing great. I'm in Oklahoma. That's where I live, in Oklahoma, but I'm from Venezuela.
That's good. Us South Americans gotta stick together now.
Yes. I think we people from South America are birds. Crazy birds, right?
Exactly.
We love birds.
We're birds of paradise right here.
Right, that's it. And then we have every color, every bird.
Yeah. As a little side tangent, actually getting into that, like my family's from we're tribes people. Like my grandpa left the tribes, so they all like the whole aesthetic and like what's beautiful to that, like to people in the tribe is looking like birds. And so they get as many feathers as they can, and that's the real beauty. Like that's our vogue.
Right. Well, it's so nice to meet you, and it's so nice to talk to you all, and you all have a beautiful evening.
Yo, thank you.
Thank you so much for being there. And
Thank
send
you.
an email, please, okay? And choose one of the three pictures.
I promise.
Okay, I know. Okay, thank you so much. Take care. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
Yo,
bye-bye.
ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was a nice surprise. Very nice. Well, that's great. So, Liz, a third question, please. And then I'll put another picture on. In the meantime, I'm just showing the number again. So, question number 3, please.
Say on March 4, what Harriet brought into the nest.
Oh, this now is getting very specific. I'm going to choose
Yeah.
on
And
March
E9 picked
4.
it up. This one is very specific.
What did Harriet bring into the nest on March the 4th?
That's like a thinker. That's a thinker.
I gotta cheat now. Okay, so anybody who can cheat here has the book. You can read it. By the way, do buy Liz's book, fantastic, and do give the show a thumbs up. It really means a lot to us. All you need to do is give us a thumbs up. That is so great. You know, it just means that there's a good Eagle community and we stick together. Thank you so much. So here's the question. What was the date again? I didn't even remember. Sorry.
It was February the 4th. What Harriet brought into the nest, and the
February
E9
4th.
picked it up.
Oh my goodness, February the 4th, 2016, right? 2016. Well, I know you have all the dates in your head, but I'm just saying that. What did E9 bring it? What did Harriet bring into the nest? Well, it was very special. That is the final question. So please call in. That is the That is that. In the meantime, I'm going to read something. We already read. You already read a book review. So I'm going to read something from Deborah Howell. In the meantime, she says, "Dr. Sasser, I enjoy your YouTube program so much. You find rector beauty in so many places, and I am always amazed. Well, we are all amazed how much we have everywhere. I'm hooked on eagles through Southwest Florida Nest, and my first eagle love was Harriet and M15's E8. Does she mean E8? Because you said E8 never made it. Well, let's go on.
She meant E9.
She meant E9. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it
Through
was a
that little
mistake.
eaglet, I made great lasting friendships. Liz Grindstaff is one of those friends, and I'm so proud to know her. You have met her, and so I know what you mean. What I mean, yes, I do know. And I know you, and I'm getting confused. Everybody knows what everybody means. I'm excited through this evening's interview. I also watched E9's Hatched and followed the whole season until she left to begin her life. E9 is a very special eagle to so many. I received my book from Liz, and it will always be a treasure to me. I have read it through a few times, and I bought a few as gifts for friends too. Well, that's wonderful. That's a great gift. The book is a beautiful told story. Liz has a unique perspective, and I agree with that goes beyond the live camera, yes. It's only something you can experience when you're really there. She wrote the story from actually being there. It is a story from her heart. Her photography captures sweet moments in the lives of these eaglets that occur out of the live camera's range. Out of lives, that's exactly right. The story that she wrote has her own brand of telling, which is funny and sweet. I really love the book. Well, thank you so much, Deborah Howell, for saying that. Now we're going to pick up another call. Hello?
Hello,
Hello, with whom am I speaking, please?
it's Sherry M. from Edmonton, Alberta.
Sherry, we got a Canadian finally. So
Yes.
we're so happy. Well, we talk about Canada in a moment, right?
we are.
We forgot that one.
Yeah.
Well, we finally got a Canadian from Edmonton of all places. Edmonton, actually, tell me, do you have eagles around Edmonton? I'm just curious.
Yes, we do. We have lots in Alberta, not in the city of Edmonton, but all around the outside of Edmonton. We have lots of eagles, yeah. Not like BC, though.
Not like BC, but you do. And at this moment, do you have any nests there?
Yes, we have some out in Sherwood Park, which is out to the east of Edmonton, and we also have a couple nests out into the west, but they're about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive away.
Well, that's fantastic. So I don't know if you heard the last question. Do you know the answer? That was the question. What special thing was brought in? I can't remember the date again. I got so many things in my head, but do you know the answer?
I watched E9 intently that whole season, and I'm pretty sure it was a chicken leg.
It was a chicken leg. Are you serious? Liz?
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it was the one that Liz is talking about, but that was the only strange thing that I saw coming into the nest.
Is that...
It was a chicken. It was a piece of chicken leg or something like that. Yeah.
Wow. So I'm curious about that, Liz. What do you say to that?
That's not the correct answer.
That's not the correct answer, we're afraid. However, it's an amazingly interesting answer.
But yeah, it is very interesting what things
Well, good luck to
the
the next
eagles.
caller. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Well, thanks for being on the show. Thank you.
Thanks for being our first Canadian caller.
Great.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Okay, it's ringing again. You want to take that up? Yeah, that's it. That you can do it that way. Hello?
Hello, Christian.
Yes, hi. Who is it, please?
Christian, this is Maggie Haynes down in Florida. How are you?
Oh, I can't believe that. Now we have. Well, wonderful to have you here, Maggie. That is so nice. What an honor to have you here. Such a knowledgeable person. That is great. Wow. I'm speechless that you're on the phone now. That's really great. So, Maggie, very nice to have you here, and I mean I'll never forget the visit and everything. I mean, it was so nice to see you. So the question here is, what was so special on that day? And I can't remember what day in February it was, but do you know the answer?
I think that was the day that Harriet brought an air plant into the nest.
Yes, Liz is
Yes.
clapping. You are brilliant.
Yes.
Well, you're so knowledgeable. Yes is the answer. Wow. Well done. Well, Maggie, that was great. You did it. That was great.
Aw, Liz, you look lovely.
Aw.
Oh, well,
Thank
You know,
you.
Liz, they all love you very much, and I can completely understand that. Really, it's wonderful. So the answer is absolutely yes. You're 100% correct.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So Maggie, I mean, we've been in contact before. Just send me an email, please, and if you have a special picture of Liz's, tell me which one. Otherwise, I'll just send you one of them. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, awesome. That's terrific. Thanks for the show tonight.
Yeah, and Maggie, I do sincerely hope that next time I really make it to Florida and I don't get stuck at Dallas Airport again. You know?
That would be great. You come to Florida, and I'd like to actually come see you up there.
You're always welcome, but you see, we've just we've just had Micah as a guest. I'm welcome anybody who wants to stay with us is very welcome, and I'll show them the secrets and the wonderful life that we have here, and it's really very special. So anyone here, and you especially, is very welcome. Okay?
Oh, thanks, Kristen. Have a great night.
Okay, thank you.
Bye,
Take care.
Liz.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's good. Well, that worked very well. Okay, very nice. So we got through everything, and we also got through Deborah's very nice thing. So I'm just reading something here from Offspring Mama. I have a question that eagle that is behind Liz is a stuffed animal or a picture. And where did you get it? Okay, so I'm going to put you large on the screen now. So they're talking about you now. What is that behind you? What are they seeing?
This is a fleece blanket. It was a gift
Wow.
from Kathy K, and I just put it there as in my background.
Kathy K. Beautiful gift.
Yeah, and I
beautiful.
thank
And
her
the-
for that. It's just a beautiful gift that she gave me.
It is, but above that you have two stuffed eaglets, isn't that so?
This one also was Kathy K, little Aussie.
Aw.
Really?
Loved it. I
Is that
loved
a
it. I
little
loved
Aussie?
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
little
that's
Aussie.
little Aussie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that was before Harriet. Yeah. that's
And
right.
then this one, it was a Crawl that I got it from when I visit Crawl. So they didn't have the other one that I was looking for, but I got this one.
Wow,
They're a
that's-
cute set. They're a cute set. I love your shrine.
Thank you. And I got these.
Well, marvelous! You must have quite a big collection. I don't know. Recently, Liz, I showed in my show actually a small Stellar's. I could quickly get it. I don't think many people have a Stellar's eagle.
No, they're special. Those stills are very special. I love them.
Well, wonderful. Well, Liz, is there? So when let's just end the story then of E9. When did it actually leave the nest? Do you remember the day and what it meant to you and so on?
It was on my May 4th, I believe it was the last time that it was seen. It was a little sad, but then we celebrate because they thrive from the beginning, all the struggles and since the accidental fledge. And everybody was so worried about that little fella, that flesh. And then he was having the laugh time at the West Pastures, picking up horse poop. And playing with it while everybody was having a heart attack. And he was doing just fine. And he thrived. And Harriet and M15 taught him the good things that eagles they need in their life. And we wish them well. And I wish that we knew how to identify them. But most likely, now they're pretty sure they will visit one day. And then we'll say, hey, that's E9, even though that we don't know it, but we feel it.
Right, and I just see on Facebook, Kim Stahl said, I cried buckets of tears. So there were many people who were very sad. So they were very attached to E9. I can see that. And thanks everyone also on Facebook for all your kind comments and so on. Really, really nice. And I'm sorry if I didn't read them all out. We had a little bit of problems with Facebook, but I do see all the comments now, including Maggie also on Facebook, by the way. So that's very nice. So thanks all for being there. Now, my final question to you, if there's no other question, Liz, is going to be quite obvious. When is your next book?
Oh, that is a good question.
We all want to know. You had one bestseller. When's the next one coming?
Yeah. Well, I have to think on that one pretty soon. I might have to take a nap. I'll be back.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay,
There
we're
we
all
are.
going to hold our breath because you have a marvelous style. And by the way, if there's anybody else who has written a book about any eagles, wherever you may be, or published a beautiful calendar, or have anything, then do send me an email. I'm just going to put the email there. We'd love to have you on the show. We really would. And it's really a marvelous experience. So it's very nice the way we can connect all the community together. We don't even have to be in the same place. And I am not a virtual person. I'm a real person, by the way. You've noticed that because some of you have actually met me, and I feel very honored that I met you. And so I'm not a hologram. And as you can see, we had a
Flesh and
visitor,
blood.
Micah. Micah was also here, and it was absolutely wonderful to have her. And my invitation goes to all the true eagle lovers. Come to British Columbia now in June is the most incredible time. I mean, you can take pictures that are out of your mind. Really, they blow your mind on the beach that you can take. There's, I just quickly want to show a picture again. My computer's thinking. Wait a second. So that's the beautiful picture that Micah took, and you can see, if you look at the, the moss, not the moss, sorry, the seaweed. What am I saying? The seaweed and so on. It's just incredible, and the tides. It's something you never see before. By the way, Osprey Mama, thanks so much for the donations. Really appreciate it. It all goes to keeping this channel alive, and do give us thumbs up, and do please once again. Support Liz, support her by buying her book. It's a small thing that you will very much enjoy, and it'll go a long way. I'm just going to wait a second.
It's actually such a cute read, and I know what you mean. Sometimes calendars and stuff can be a bit cliche when you have a bunch of photos, and photography for me is always telling a story and capturing a moment, and that's exactly what you did with this book. You captured your local celebrity in all the best lights, and honestly, you do have a talent, and I am excited for the next book.
Thank you.
Well, anyway, so thanks so much, Liz, for being on the show. And I wanted to thank everyone, too, for being... I mean, we've had an incredible audience here, and you've participated in such a wonderful way. It's so nice. I see all the names, and I know all your names. And even if I've never met you, I know you're all out there. And I see Deborah Howell, by the way. That was... she just sent me the... and I also wanted to say, yes, Buddy Scott, I have read out your message just because I saw you popped in later in the show, and many others. There are so many, and I'm so glad I recognize all your names. I'm just scrolling through it, so thank you so much for being on the show, and the same for Facebook, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic having you on the show. So, this is the most exciting time, by the way, for eagles. So Shaya and I are actually going to go out there and do some real footage.
Field work.
Yeah, we're going to do some real field work. It's really, that is where my heart is. I love sitting in the studio, but really my heart is out there. That's where you do. So it's very nice to have Shaya there. We're going to push each other to do some new things.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you very soon what's going to be up next weekend. We won't tell you yet.
Yeah, just speaking to Christian today, and even the last couple of days, we have some crazy things on the way, some good ideas, and honestly, the potential has never been higher for me.
Well, that's excellent. I'm so glad to have Shaya here. So hold your breath. So we'll be back next week. And there'll be much more coming up. We can tell you much more about photography blogs, actually. So we're going to add completely new components because even Micah asked me, what settings do you use? And there's some very simple ways you can take beautiful pictures, and you can get guaranteed good pictures if you just do the right things. And we're going to give more blogs on those techniques, and also more about the biology of really and being out there, right, in the field.
Yeah.
So it's quite exciting. Okay, well, thank you everyone for being there. So thanks, Liz. So just stay on.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. So I'm first going to say bye-bye to all the Facebook friends, and I'm going to just see Melody. Can you read that better than my
Melody Ches
Yeah, just go on this.
Chespoish. That's quite the foreign name you
Yes.
have, but thank you for your love.
There's Kathy and so on. I see quite a lot of names here, right? Danielle, Melody, and so on.
Dana,
Yeah.
Sue,
Dana, yeah, that's right. Sue,
Donna,
and so on. Maggie, of course. Thanks for calling in. Jackie.
Susie,
Yeah,
Susan.
Susie. So thanks everybody and have a lovely weekend. Enjoy it. So thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was Facebook, and then we're going to say goodbye also to everyone on YouTube. Now, YouTube's always a little bit more complicated, if I can find the switch, because there's so many things to think about. There we go. Yes. So thanks everyone for being on YouTube, and let's just mention a few names quickly. So go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Dolly Queen. Thank you, Tom Sawyer. Thank you, Susie59NY. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kelly. Pegster6. Thank you. Let's see.
Pamela, Tracy, yes, of course. Osprey Mama, a million thanks.
Sherry M.
Yeah, Meg's also been on this one. Susan North, of course. Tracy. By the way, wanted to say to all the all Facebook, all Patreon supporters, we're going to solve that this weekend, right? We're going to do that. So your Patreon is coming. Don't worry, and June will come somewhere mid-June. So thanks for all your continued support, which is incredibly valuable. I can only tell you it's really valuable. That is how we keep alive. This is a complete not-for-profit. I mainly finance it completely myself. So any contribution that goes there goes all for supporting the channel, getting people here, and so on and so on. Everything is important. So we really value that. And thanks for Osprey Mama, especially today, for giving some donations. So really, thanks for having all of you, and so on. And gosh, there's so many names. Sherry M, of course, I can see that.
Tiger Lily
999, yes.
Thanks for your
Amanda,
question.
of course, great Amanda, and so on. Kathy Harter, I saw. Oh gosh, oh gosh, I can't read that. North California Bird 60. That must be one. Yes. Several. Okay. Oh, that's your phone. Okay.
Excuse me.
Anyway, so thanks for being on the show. So I'm going to stop streaming now. I wish you a
Thank
very
you so
nice
much
weekend.
for having me.
Thank you, Liz. I hope you have a wonderful evening.